In this video, we'll explore the events that unfolded in 2021. In England, Ashley Wadsworth, a 19-year-old from Canada, carried high hopes as she departed from her family home and journeyed over 4,000 miles to the UK. Her purpose was to meet the individual with whom she had engaged in online conversations for many years. During that period, Jack resided in Chelmsford with his mother, a city of approximately 180,000 people, located about an hour's drive from London. Ashley, known for her outgoing personality, found herself in contrast with Jack, who appeared more reserved, primarily engrossed in social media. Despite their age gap of 3.5 years, which initially seemed inconspicuous due to their pen-pal dynamic, their connection grew stronger over time. They communicated daily, and after approximately 2 months, Ashley began mentioning Jack in conversations with her parents and older sister Haley. Ashley's parents, Christy and Kenneth, were divorced, but this didn't impact their relationship with their children. While Ashley's mother, Christy, was initially cautious about the budding relationship, fearing that someone else might be hiding behind the teenager's photos, her concerns lessened when Ashley and Jack started FaceTiming in the family living room. Christy even found herself greeting Jack, appreciating his English accent. Despite Christy's initial thoughts that Ashley's interest in Jack would fade, the girl fell in love. Over 7 years, Jack and Ashley exchanged texts and FaceTime calls, occasionally having quarrels that led to temporary communication breaks. However, these periods of separation were brief. Jack regularly sent Ashley gifts, including clothes, teddy bears, jewelry, a purse, and occasionally money. His face and name became familiar in the Wadsworth household due to the 8-hour time difference. Ashley had to wake up before dawn to talk to Jack, while he stayed up late at night awaiting her call. As time passed, Ashley and Jack shared a common dream: to meet in person someday. However, for the time being, they remained mere images on the screen for each other. When Ashley turned 15, she asked her mother if she could visit Jack, but Christy's response was negative. She couldn't fathom the idea of her 15-year-old daughter traveling to a distant country to meet a man she had never seen before. While Ashley was upset by the refusal, she remained determined, stating that she would go when she reached the age of majority. As they both grew older, the couple found themselves quarreling more frequently. Jealousy, primarily on Jack's part, became a common trigger for these arguments. Jack harbored fears that Ashley might initiate a relationship with one of her peers in Vernon. Despite Ashley's attempts to reassure Jack of her love, his jealousy persisted. Some quarrels escalated to the point where Ashley would block Jack, preventing him from calling or texting her. However, Jack was undeterred and resorted to creating new social media accounts to reach out to her or contact her sister and friends, knowing they would inform Ashley about it. Some of her acquaintances believed Jack's enthusiasm bordered on obsession. Nevertheless, Ashley consistently defended him, describing his intense interests as sheer passion. Their occasional conflicts often stemmed from Jack's involvement with other individuals romantically. During these periods, communication between them would cease, but the separation was never long-lasting. Ashley's mother asserted that Ashley consistently measured her other romantic partners against Jack. Alongside his avid engagement with social media, Jack developed a strong interest in tattoos around October 2018, when he was on the verge of turning 20, while Ashley was 16. During that time, he acquired a new tattoo, proudly showcasing it to her. He now had her name inked on his arm, a gesture through which Jack aimed to signify his dedication and seriousness of intentions. Occasionally, he would refer to Ashley as his prospective life partner. Christy Gendron found this tattoo excessive and sternly prohibited her daughter from getting a similar one with Jack's name. However, Ashley claimed she had never entertained the idea. The dynamics of Ashley's relationship with Jack grew increasingly tumultuous. Signs of controlling behavior began to surface, even from a distance. It's possible that Ashley, due to her age, didn't fully grasp the significance of these signs. During one of their quarrels, he went to extremes, running a knife over the tattoo bearing Ashley's name. In that instance, she considered it an unconventional way for him to express love. Simultaneously, as of 2020, when Ashley had turned 18, she began concealing certain aspects of Jack's behavior from her close ones. During this period, she received numerous calls from women Jack had dated, often engaging in heated arguments with them as well. One of them confided in Ashley, revealing that Jack wouldn't allow her to leave the house and requested Ashley's intervention to calm him down. While Jack occasionally dated other women, he never made it a secret. At least, that's what Ashley believed. She was still a teenager, yet to realize that Jack was an adept manipulator, and his conduct was indeed abusive. Despite contemplating ending the relationship numerous times, Jack consistently offered heartfelt apologies, asserting that she was the only girl he truly loved. Ashley, a person deeply connected to spirituality, discovered her faith in God through the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In April 2021, she underwent baptism into the Mormon faith. Eager to be financially independent, Ashley started working part-time as soon as legally permissible. Her employment history included positions at McDonald's, Burger King, and various other companies. With her hard-earned money, she made her first significant purchase, an iPad, liberating her from the reliance on the family laptop for communication with Jack. Despite her parents' earlier prohibition on visiting Jack, Ashley, now an adult, could make her own decisions. Empowered by her financial independence, she fulfilled her dream of meeting him in person. Securing a 6-month tourist visa, Ashley, at the age of 19, purchased a plane ticket to London. On November 12, 2021, she bid farewell to her family, and her father accompanied her to the airport. While her parents harbored concerns about her journey, they recognized their inability to dissuade her. Christy, her mother, resignedly remarked, "I thought the worst thing that will happen is she'll go, they won't work out, and then she'll come home." Awaiting departure on the plane, Ashley shared a message with her family on Snapchat. "I'm on my plane. It's huge." After 7 years of online communication and a 10-hour flight, the couple finally met in person. It proved to be an exhilarating moment for both of them. Ashley's friends and family observed as she posted photos of herself and Jack on various social media platforms. She appeared genuinely happy. Ashley made the move to Jack's residence in northwest Chelmsford, where he had been residing since 2020. Their narrative resembled a fairy tale, and none of Ashley's family foresaw the ominous turn this love story would eventually take. At that point, everything seemed flawless. Ashley shared photos of their joint travels with Jack, showcasing their adventures together. Their journey took them to various places, portraying a seemingly blissful couple in every image posted. The real-life Jack matched Ashley's expectations, formed through years of online communication. He wasn't trying to be perfect. Rather, he exhibited kindness and sentimentality, occasionally revealing moments of anger that showcased his true temperament. With Jack currently unemployed and relying on financial support from his nearby living mother, the couple spent all their time together. Ashley faced challenges in securing employment due to her tourist status in the UK. As she settled into Jack's life, she noticed a conspicuous absence of friends in his circle. His existence seemed confined to social media and a game console. Before long, the initial signs of controlling behavior began to manifest. Jack exhibited discomfort when Ashley engaged in conversations with neighbors, a situation that felt unfamiliar to her, given her past social connections. Prior to leaving Canada, a friend from the church had connected Ashley with American missionaries around her age, coincidentally also scheduled to be in Chelmsford during the same period. Eager to meet them, Ashley shared her plans with Jack, only to face disapproval. He forbade her from attending Sunday services, raising another red flag in their relationship. Growing increasingly restless, Ashley found herself bored as their activities became centered around home life, spending most of their time indoors. Since Jack prohibited her from attending church, Ashley discreetly reached out to the missionaries through text messages, keeping it a secret from Jack due to his disapproval. Aware of his constant phone checks, she deleted WhatsApp conversations to maintain privacy. Jack's behavior took a darker turn each day. 6 weeks into Ashley's stay, he resorted to physical violence for the first time. On that distressing day, he texted his mother, confessing to hitting Ashley because he discovered she had blocked 2 British numbers on her phone years ago. His assumption that these numbers belonged to other men was the catalyst. His mother responded, condemning the violent act, stating that it was no reason to lay a hand on her. Now in a foreign country, far from home and family, Ashley found herself isolated with a man grappling with psychological problems. Behind the facade of smiling and seemingly happy couple photos often lie individuals enduring sadness and misery. The day following the incident, Ashley changed her Facebook photo to an image of Jack hugging her, captioning it "My bestie," with a red heart. Simultaneously, Ashley discreetly created a confidential album on her phone to document photos of the bruises resulting from Jack's abuse. Ashley confided in her sister, Haley, expressing that Jack was not the man she had envisioned in her dreams. Despite sharing this, Ashley threatened to sever communication with Haley if she disclosed the situation to their mother. As previously mentioned, Jack had a pattern of taking sedatives regularly. A skilled manipulator, he had a history of self-harm. In moments of anger or when seeking comfort, he would harm himself, always ensuring it didn't pose a life-threatening risk. Towards the end of December 2021, Jack deployed a similar manipulation with Ashley. He ingested an excessive amount of sedative medication, prompting Ashley to call for an ambulance. Jack was taken to the hospital and received the necessary assistance. Despite this alarming incident, Ashley chose not to disclose anything about it to her mother or friends. The only person privy to Ashley's plight was her sister, Haley. Concerned for her safety, Haley implored Ashley to come home. In January 2022, Jack's aggression escalated when he smashed a beer mug over Ashley's head. In a distressing FaceTime call with Haley, Ashley cried as Jack screamed and coerced her into cleaning up the shattered pieces. Despite Haley's shock and pleas for Ashley to return, her attempts were in vain. Over the subsequent weeks, Jack, like many manipulators, displayed a seemingly improved demeanor, leading Ashley to believe he had recognized his mistakes and altered his behavior. However, this change proved to be short-lived. Jack's temper flared again when he discovered old messages from a young Canadian man on Ashley's phone. Demanding her social media passwords during a heated argument in late January 2022, Ashley reluctantly provided them. During this altercation, Jack once again resorted to physical violence, striking Ashley and throwing a TV remote at her while she FaceTimed with Haley. Once more, Haley pleaded with her sister to return home. Initially agreeing, Ashley later reversed her decision. Her family believed that Ashley changed her mind because Jack apologized, making promises of change. Their relationship fell into a distressing pattern of alternating cycles, periods of apparent normalcy, followed by Jack's violent outbursts, and subsequent apologies. On January 30th, Jack sent a revealing text to his sister, confessing, "I'm obsessed with Ashley's past." From that moment, it seemed only a matter of hours before reaching the point of no return. The morning of February 1st brought another furious episode from Jack. Shortly before 8 a.m., the couple's neighbor heard Ashley's screams through the wall. Moments later, Ashley, tearful and barefoot, appeared at the neighbor's door with blood dripping from a cut on her palm. She recounted how Jack had struck her, smashed her phone, and cruelly thrown their kitten against the wall. Terrified for her life, Ashley implored the neighbor not to involve the police, fearing Jack's potential self-harm and imprisonment. The neighbor, accustomed to Jack's manipulations, engaged in conversation, and Jack, pretending to be a good person, apologized, assuring that everything would be fine. Hence, the neighbor left, and Ashley, tragically, decided to return to Jack. Unfortunately, no one saw her alive after the door closed behind her. About an hour later, another neighbor mistakenly delivered a package intended for Jack. While conversing at the front door, Ashley seized the opportunity and called her family using Jack's phone. She pleaded for help, expressing her desire to return home. Christy, Ashley's mother, was shocked when she discovered the distressing reality of her daughter's relationship with Jack. The family promptly secured a plane ticket for Ashley to depart on February 3rd. Christy sternly warned Jack that any further harm to her daughter would result in immediate police involvement. As Ashley and her family concluded their conversation, it was approximately 3 a.m. in Vernon and 11 a.m. in Chelmsford. Immediately after Ashley hung up the phone, Jack abandoned his facade of being a good person and viciously attacked her. Within minutes, he messaged his mother via WhatsApp, admitting, "I beat up Ashley really bad." 14 minutes later, he added, "She thinks she broke her arm. I picked her up and threw her on the ground and punched her and ripped her all around the lounge." Unfortunately, during this time, Ashley was still alive, but regrettably, there was no one to help her. From 11:22 a.m. to 12:38 p.m., Ashley, using Jack's phone, sent desperate messages to family and friends in Vernon, where it was the middle of the night, and to her church acquaintances in Chelmsford. She urgently wrote to a friend, "It's Ashley, I need your help. It's an emergency, please." A couple of hours later, they received new messages claiming that everything was now fine. However, these messages weren't from Ashley. Someone else sent them. Unfortunately, none of those to whom Ashley had written saw these messages immediately. Shortly before 1 p.m., Jack Sepel strangled Ashley Wadsworth, but it didn't satisfy him. He proceeded to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and returned to the bedroom, brutally stabbing her at least 90 times in the chest and abdomen. Later that day, Jack changed his Facebook profile picture to a photo of himself and Ashley at Gatwick from months earlier, captioning it, "Forever mine." Concerned church friends, Jamie Ashworth and Taylor Borden, visited the Tennyson Road property. Receiving no response, they called the police. While in the bedroom next to Ashley's lifeless body, Jack recorded a video message for her sister, Haley. "I'm so sorry, Haley, for taking your sister," he expressed, professing his love for Ashley and his inability to let her go. However, he never sent this video to Haley. Following the recording, Jack inflicted minor superficial stab wounds to his chest. Investigators suggested he may have done this to later claim self-defense. Around 4 p.m., the police arrived at the house, knocking on the door and asking Jack to come out. They observed him inside through the window, but Jack refused to open the door. At that time, he was engaged in a video call with his sister, confessing that he had taken Ashley's life. The police forcefully entered the property, apprehending Jack and describing him as calm during the arrest. In the morning, Ashley's family woke up to a flurry of messages. Concerned, they attempted to contact her, but she was unresponsive. Soon after, they learned the tragic events that transpired while they were sleeping. Kenneth Wadsworth, Ashley's father, will forever remember the day on February 1st when he woke up to the devastating news of his daughter's death. "Your heart breaks," he expresses, emphasizing the indescribable sorrow of losing his baby girl. Kenneth and his wife, Charmaine, traveled to the UK to handle the necessary paperwork and collect Ashley's body. Beyond the immense grief experienced by her family, the Chelmsford community also mourns Ashley's loss, even for those who never knew her personally. Community vigils were held in fields near the site where Ashley had tragically lost her life. Flowers, balloons, and candles were placed as poignant memorials in her honor. Following his arrest, Jack Sepel informed the police that he had experienced a psychotic episode. Despite these claims, a psychiatric examination determined that he was cognizant of his actions during the crime and deemed him fit to stand trial. Ashley's family, already grappling with profound grief, received another shock when they discovered Jack Sepel's extensive history of controlling behavior and harassment. In 2014, prior to meeting a 14-year-old girl online, Ashley, then 15 years old, took unauthorized naked photographs of her. After their breakup, he posted these images publicly. The victim obtained a restraining order, which Ashley violated a month later. In the same year, he had a dispute with his mother over his gaming console, resulting in him pushing her and damaging property. When the restraining order expired in 2017, Ashley contacted the victim again. Despite her ignoring his messages, he persisted, sending a message in January 2018 stating, "Please reply. You are never going to get rid of me even if I have to go to prison over you. I'll see you soon and I will turn up wherever you live." By this time, he had been in contact with the victim for 3 years. He continued to violate the restraining order once again. The following month, he pleaded guilty to attempting to break into a nursing home, leading to a 21-day prison sentence. Jack Sepel increasingly immersed himself in online activities, seemingly searching for potential victims. In March 2020, he connected with a woman on Facebook, and they began living together. This woman quickly realized the danger he posed, marked by intense jealousy and unpredictable behavior. When she expressed her intention to leave, Jack seized her by the throat and confined her within the house. However, she managed to escape through a window and break free. There was another similar incident involving a different woman. In total, Sepel had committed 12 crimes, and almost all of them were domestic violence related. The extent of his history was unknown to those around him. Ashley's father, Kenneth, expressed deep regret, saying, "I feel like I sent her to the wolves." Kenneth and Christy hope others will learn from their daughter's tragic story. They advocate taking action if something doesn't feel right, emphasizing the importance of trusting one's instincts. If you sense that your sister, friend, aunt, mom, or daughter is in a situation or relationship like that, don't hesitate to call the police and intervene. Christy, speaking about her daughter, added these words, "We should have reached out ahead of time through Claire's Law. We learned the hardest lesson of all. Our beautiful Ashley flew to England excited, alive, and well, but sadly flew home in a box." The trial commenced in September 2022, and Sepel pleaded guilty to taking the life of Ashley Wadsworth. The prosecution presented a compelling case, including robust witness testimony from neighbors and friends detailing Sepel's toxic behavior and the events leading up to the murder. The evidence also featured voice notes, recorded by Ashley and sent to friends, in which Sepel had explicitly threatened to kill her. The judge, condemning Sepel's actions, described the attack on Ashley as brutal and cowardly. The court acknowledged that Sepel had 8 previous convictions for 12 crimes, predominantly related to domestic violence. This pattern revealed a clear history of violent and controlling behavior towards multiple women. Consequently, on October 10, 2022, the court sentenced Jack Sepel to life in prison. He will be eligible to apply for parole after 23.5 years. Sepel, through his legal representatives, handed Ashley's parents a letter of apology. However, they remained unconvinced of his remorse for his actions.